Well, damn, girl, how many collage decks do you need? Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Elizabeth and this is the More Intuitive Me. I'm a tarot reader and your companion on the path of self-discovery. Let's flip some cards and dive into the magic. Today we're going to be looking at my collage deck collection. And so I pulled out all of my decks. This is a combination of both tarot and oracle. So let's get into it. First deck I'm going to share is the Quiet Rebel Oracle. This is such a cool deck. I picked this up on a Kickstarter. Here are the card backs. It's pretty awesome. I love this art style. There's just something about it that I don't know, it gets my attention. It has my heart. What I'm finding is I really like the combination of the black and white photography with the collage. It is so good, and this particular deck is so clever and witty. And it's a quiet rebel, and it's perfect. I find that it's perfect for me, for my personality, for the way that I think, the way that I operate. It's a great deck. And so, yeah, I absolutely love it. Because of that, because of my experience with it, I didn't even bat an eye when I found out that the creator was going to be putting out a tarot deck as well. I backed it immediately without even looking at any of the Kickstarter images. So that's how much I love this deck. So that is the Quiet Rebel Oracle. This is the Sacred Destiny Oracle. And I went back and forth on this one. Like, is it a collage? I don't know. Is it? Isn't it? I think it is. I don't know what you would call this style, but I definitely feel like there's lots of different layers in here. Like, of course, we wouldn't see like butterflies caught up in a tornado like this, right? But I really like the colors in this particular deck. This is a nature-based deck. There are some animals in here, but it's mostly nature scenes. And this card in particular, like, it's gonna be hard to see, so let me bring it up just a little bit closer. But I don't know if you noticed that, like, behind the clouds there is what appears to be like a map of some sort. So there's a lot of layers in this art, same as here. You can tell that they've layered a lot of different pieces. Now, some of these have more layers than other, I will say that. Or let me rephrase, some of these, the layers are more apparent, whereas when you look at this, that's possible to see in real life. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, I would still consider this a collage style deck where multiple pieces of art have been layered or overlaid in order to create like the final print. So that is the Sacred Destiny Oracle. This is a newer deck to my collection. It's the Queen of the Moon Oracle, and I love this. This is a shiny deck, and for a while there was this, kind of push, and a lot of creators were putting their decks out in a matte finish. I don't mind the shiny. I know it's a little bit more complicated when it comes to deck flip throughs or filming on camera, but I absolutely love it, and I love the layers in here. I love art and I appreciate art, but I don't know much about it. So I wish that I could tell you like, oh, this is a digital style, or, mixed media, or this and that and the other. Like, I have no idea. Um, I just know that I like it. I like it a lot. And this particular deck is, I don't know, it's stunning. It's beautiful. The colors, I don't know, the way that the art was done. It's just Really, really well done. Not surprising for Stacy DeMarco because, her decks they're beautiful. They're beautiful. And I love this one a lot. So yeah, that is the Queen of the Moon. This is an oldie but goodie, right? Rebecca Campbell. I remember when, these decks first came out, it was like the talk of the town. First of all, the finish on these decks, like everybody was going crazy over this card stock because it was, so good. This is, as you can see, is like a partial deck and it's like destroyed too. You could see right there that I had cards that got damaged with water and they got peeled, right? The top layer separated. And so it looked really weird. So what I did was I scanned this image and then I printed it on the back of this just to kind of keep the look, but it doesn't matter. When you're working with the deck, you can tell. And then I took this deck and I did other things with it, but I love it all the same. And I don't get rid of it. I do have a lot of favorite cards in here. I did take some of the cards from this deck and put it into another deck, and it's because I love like this soft color palette, and at the time this was so different, so unique, really, really beautiful, many layers here. But yeah, always love this deck, always. So even when I damaged it, I was like, no. And I, in the end, ended up getting another copy of this deck somehow, and I let it go and I just kept the damaged one. I just kept this one because I don't know. I had history with this deck. It's so pretty. See that? Beautiful, beautiful. So yeah, that is Work Your Light. This one is also a newer one to my collection. It is called Wisdom of the Sacred Oracle. I love this. I love this so much. This deck is very, I guess the best way to say, very versatile. This deck goes with everything. It can flex into almost any type of a reading. The art is really beautiful. The collage is really, really well done in here. The colors are gorgeous. I like um, the keywords very much, and I find that the artwork really pulls you in and that you're able to pull out intuitively what you need when you're using the deck. I love to use this as a clarifier. I also like to pull a card from here at the end of a reading for advice, or whatever the need is for that particular person. But yeah, I adore this deck. I love how it was done, and this is very quickly become a favorite in my collection. So that is Wisdom of the Sacred Oracle. Here I have the Cosmic Crossroads. Now, this is a deck that I added to the collection. It's still in order. I have yet to use it. This is the mass market version. I understand that this deck was available indie first. And I think that there's like a corresponding tarot deck as well. And I thought it was a great complement for some of my other collage decks, and I picked it up. But in truth, I haven't even used it yet. It's just kind of there. The right time will come. It does kind of have some of that work your light kind of feel or energy, where it's kind of very like cosmic, and I don't know, I call this like star seedy to a certain extent. That's not really my favorite, which is why I thought about this multiple times before actually making the purchase. But at the end of the day, it was a great complement to a lot of the decks that I have in my collection, and the keywords were really great, and the artwork was beautiful. I mean, it's collage. Like, what can you say? Look at that card, expansion. It's so beautiful. Yeah, I like all of the diversity, not just diversity in skin tones, but like body shapes. So when I look at her, like I feel like, okay, that could be me. So yeah, I like this deck. I haven't used it yet. I need to because it's really beautiful. But yeah, this is the Cosmic Crossroads Oracle, one of my newer decks in the collection. The last oracle that I want to share is Pocket Archetypes. Again, this is a newer one to my collection, and I don't know, like, of course, it's just so cute because it's in the mini size, and definitely lots of layers here. You know, here we have like watercolor, but I don't know, there's just lots of different layers of different kinds of art is what I would say with this deck. It's really beautiful. I have not started to use this deck just yet. I do plan to do a deck study with it, and I was kind of waiting for, I don't know, um, maybe the darker part of the year. So I considered maybe starting in September, October timeframe. I'm not really sure. But yeah, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous deck with many, many layers of art. I love the watercolor in here. It's just really, really beautiful. So that is the Pocket Archetypes. This is by Kim Kranz. Friends, if you love tarot and this content resonates with you, please make sure to like and subscribe. Tap the bell icon so that you don't miss any upcoming videos. And thank you so much for being here. Let's move into tarot, and I'm just going to go in order in which these came into the collection. So here we have the Rosebud. I love this deck. I originally purchased this deck because I wanted a pair for the Quiet Rebel Oracle, which I didn't even have. So it's hard to pair a deck when you don't actually have it in your hands, but that's what I tried to do. I looked at so many walkthroughs of so many different collage style decks that featured, you know, this black and white photography or older style photography mixed in with multiple different elements. And I ended up going with this one. Now, I did have a great connection with this deck. I'll say that. It's a great reader and I love it. And it was one of those decks that when you start working with it, it's really, really hard to stop, right? To put it away and move on to a different deck. So it's one of those. So very much enjoyed it. I just didn't enjoy it as much with the Quiet Rebel. But that's okay because then I just continued to pick up more decks. So that is the Rosebud Tarot. Here we have the Distant Past Tarot. Now this is like an art deck, but also a collage deck. And you'll see here, this was available on Make Playing Cards. It's such an awesome RWS style deck. You can obviously see that there's a lot of layers, many different art pieces, but I think the reason that this deck stood out to me and the reason I ended up getting this one versus any of the other art decks is because of the vibrancy of the colors and also the amounts of blues and teals and greens and purples in this deck. I was immediately sold. I had to get it and I really love it. It reads so, so well. It's beautifully done. This creator has more than one deck and it was hard not to get both decks. I'll tell you that because I don't know, her work is really, really awesome. But yeah, this is the Distant Past Tarot, a deck that I really, really love and appreciate. The next one that came in was the Metamuse. And I was new to working with Rosebud at a time, but I saw this deck and it was like instantaneous. I knew I had to have it, even though it was a collage style I want to say similar to the Rosebud, but like they're such completely different decks, right? These have different energies. I really love this one. I did feel like this was a great complement to the Quiet Rebel, and I had a lot of fun with these. It's just so pretty. I loved all the colors. I liked the card stock, and again, another deck where the collage was done really well. I love, the black and white with everything else. I don't know. It was just awesome. I love this deck. So beautiful. So yeah, that is the Metamuse favorite for sure in my collection of decks and my collection of collage style decks. Recently, I got the Enchanted for Haxa. Also, another collage style deck. I would say the color palette in this one is a completely different color family than I'm used to working with, and I'm looking forward to it. This is like a Fey energy style of deck. I do not have any of MJ's decks in my collection, so I'm feeling very happy to have at least one. The collage work is beautifully done. I mean, MJ is a master, right? She's just so amazing at it, and I haven't worked with this deck yet, but I plan to. Everyone has had such amazing things to say about the energy of the deck. I'm looking forward to getting to know it on a personal level. I really like it. And I just kind of took advantage because Hay House was having their semi-annual sale, and how could I not? It was 50% off. I knew I wanted to work with it. I had brought in some other Fey Energy decks, and they hadn't like hit the mark the way that I hoped, so I brought this one in. So that is the Enchanted for Haxa. Also, as a part of the Hay House sale, I picked up the Muse. I mean, this deck, it's not an oldie, but like it's been around for a while, and it was just so beautiful. I mean, look at that. Like just looking at the card backs tells you like what you're about to experience. It is so pretty. Again, another deck that I haven't actually started to work with just yet, but I'm very much looking forward to it. Uh, I don't know how to describe this deck. Like, it is collage style, but a little bit star seedy, but not, but artistic, but creative, but a vibe. I don't know. It's so good. And I was hesitant or resistant about bringing this deck in for a really long time, but now I'm kind of glad that I did. I feel like there's a lot of sacred geometry in this deck too, which is kind of nice. I always enjoy that, right? But this kind of looks like that, star seedy type of energy. I don't know. We'll see. I like all of the geometry in this deck. The color is incredible. So yeah, this should be fun. I don't know. I know a lot of people have mixed feelings about, some of the cards having different, portrait versus, what do you call? Landscape. Portrait versus landscape. And in my mind, I'm like, oh, it's not a big deal, but I don't know. We'll see when when we start like pulling cards and doing readings, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Look at that card. It's so good. And look at this character in there, right? Doesn't that remind you of the movie Up? That's what it reminds me of. Anywho, that is the Muse Tarot. And this is by Chris Ann. And my last collage style deck is the newest one to arrive. It is the Quiet Rebel Tarot, which is the companion to the Quiet Rebel Oracle. So I haven't even opened it. There's been so many walkthroughs of this deck so far. So I was very careful not to see anything because, again, I didn't look at this at all. I just kind of hit, yes. I hit yes. I hit order. So this is a first impressions for me, actually. And, it's just instant love because it's incredible. I knew that I was going to love this deck. I mean, the collage work is amazing. And I love that there's, a title here in addition to the name of the card, right? The card title and then the other, right? So the Hierophant, the unofficial guide. Um, and it has a quirky sense of humor. The cardstock feels really, really good. I love like all of the different colors. The Beast Whisper. My gosh, it's so beautiful. Oh, I love that ladybug energy there. Very nice. So I'm just gonna, if you don't mind, I'm gonna take a quick look at these because, like I said, I haven't even opened it. I got it and I was like, what's that? I'm not expecting anything. And I opened the box and I was surprised. I was not expecting it. I don't know why. It took me by surprise, but it was a good surprise, right? A happy surprise. Oh, that's interesting. That's a great moon card. Oh, good vibes only. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Love that. Oh my God, that's hilarious. The mic drop. All right, so then we have the cups. Yeah, so the titles are on here as well. That's pretty cool. Look at that guy. God, that looks so good. He reminds me of Dizzy Gillespie a little bit, right? I'm wondering if the guidebook shares a little bit about the people that were captured in these images. This looks so good. This is going to be a lot of fun to read with. It's interesting because I always wanted to add, shoot, what's the name of that deck? The Hilda Tarot. You know why? Because I always felt like that deck there was something really playful and fun about it, but I feel like this deck has that same energy. Okay, so interesting. We went from cups to pentacles. Ooh, everything looks pretty homey. Three of Pence. Awesome. The tip jar. I mean, wouldn't you agree? It's just a cool deck. The full house. The court cards look like they were really well done too. I feel like with decks like this, it makes it just a little bit easier to work with court cards because you're able to pull a little bit from the art of the deck. Court cards tend to be, uh, tricky to learn and tricky to interpret as well. We have the swords. All right, so how's that for a three of swords? Des, let me know what you think about that. Oh my gosh, a nap is calling. I've been feeling like that lately, like extremely tired, wanting to lay down every possible second. Like, it's pretty crazy. Ooh, that's a good one. It's so pretty. I bet this deck has a personality. I mean, they all do, but I feel like this one is gonna be something else. I really love that it has something. All right, so here we have the wands. Oh, interesting wands at the end. Okay. These are so good. Yeah, it's really beautiful. All the bees in here. That's neat. Ooh, yes. I like all the toy figures down here. That's awesome. That's interesting that they went with a couple for the 10 of wands. Wow. I like that the pages are, younger. I like that a lot. Ooh, that's an epic knight of wands. Yeah. Oh, that's so good. Look at that queen. Oh, so, so good. Oh my God. Look at that. They're a great couple. Oh, I kind of like it when they look like they're a match. Look at that. Right? Okay, that makes me want to go back and look. Let's look at the couples. All right, so here we have the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. It's interesting. These are facing forward. She's got her back to him, but she's kind of got the side eye going. That's interesting. Get those in frame. So then we have the King of Pentacles and the Queen. Another beautiful couple in the Easter basket. Look at those rundown buildings in the back. And then here we have the King and Queen of Water. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Wow. He has that beautiful rose, and then her hand looks like that rose could fit perfectly into her hand there. It's so good. All right, so let's look at the Emperor and the Empress. So this cracks me up. This is so good. The badass gardener with the rule breaker. Oh my gosh. There you have it. Couples of the Tarot. I love this. I don't even know what I was thinking, but I totally missed my soul deck, my Tarot of Mystical Moments. Now, this is the very first collage style deck that came into the collection in terms of tarot. And yeah, I mean, I use this deck all the time and I show it all the time, so I'm sure you've seen it. But I feel like this deck in particular, the choices that were made for these collages are phenomenal. They help me to open up my mind and think of things or see things from a completely different vantage point or perspective. I mean, look at this, the Chariot, okay? And she's part female. Her dress is actually a shell because there's a snail there, which is the actual chariot. I mean, it's so unique and so quirky. The idea that this flower would be blossoming out of an open book, right? Or that we're holding our balance on the top of a tall building. It's just so cool the way that this artwork was put together. I absolutely love this deck. I have a very special connection to it. And you know what? I was trying to go in order, but I'm okay with making this the last deck that I feature in this video because it has been with me for a very long time. I absolutely adore it. Definitely one of my favorites. Could never be replaced in the collection. It's just absolutely stunning. Very, very stunning collage style deck. And I'll end it with this gorgeous Queen of Wands. What a great way to end this little mini collection video. Let me know what you think. Are you as much a fan of collage decks as I am? Which ones do you have? And which ones am I missing that I should be adding to my collection? Let me know what you think. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.